A warning to our more sensitive viewers.
What is up, YouTube? Breaking news out of the heavyweight corner. A lot seems to might be going on in heavyweight right now. Aspinall had surgery probably a month ago at this point. Time's flying. There was rumors that Gon Pereira interim Nork was going to happen. Now there's rumors John Jones, Alex Pereira, White House, even though John Jones said he had hip arthritis and he was done a month or two ago. So that's back on the table. Now, the most recent of what has happened. Tom Aspinall has signed with Eddie Hearn. For those that don't know who Eddie Hearn is, one of the top boxing promoters. Recently, he has been feuding with Dana White. They used to be cordial. I think they actually used to be friends. I forget how this all started. It might have been with the Conor Benn signing to Zuffa Boxing, which is under Dana White's umbrella. Conor Benn, apparently, I don't follow boxing. I don't really care for boxing, but apparently Conor Benn was one of Eddie Hearn's big guys, a guy that he's had for a while under his wings, so that was a big thing, and now there's been this whole back and forth, unless that started before and this just only transpired it. Either way, Eddie Hearn has now signed Tom Aspinall, and, you know, Ariel's come out, he's given some sort of viable information regarding this, and then, you know, Eddie Hearn is talking that Tom Aspinall seemed broken during negotiations, and this is why the deal got done, and there's a whole lot of back and forth now. So now Eddie Hearn is going to be negotiating on behalf of Tom Aspinall with Dana White. That ought to be fun. We'll see how that goes. Insane, though. Who would have thought that this would have happened? Not me. This is gonna destroy a lot of things. Does this probably eventually mean that Aspinall is going to boxing after his deal's done? Yes. I think it's almost set in stone at this point, unfortunately. We need him in the heavyweight division. Regardless, like even if he were to lose to Gon in a rematch, even though that does not seem like that fight will immediately happen, whatever. He is still someone you need in a very depleted heavyweight division. So this is very, very unfortunate, but also funny in a way. It's pretty funny. So we'll see what happens with all this. Gosh, heavyweight is so screwed, especially if Jones were to beat Pereira at White House and then retire. Heavyweight is chalked. Best case scenario with all this is Tom Aspinall somehow vacates with a guaranteed promise this time, not a Jones Aspinall promise, like a guaranteed promise that he gets the title shot once he is healed. Pereira beats Jones, Pereira Aspinall, another somewhat sort of super fight in the fall, maybe the very beginning of next year. With just how activity is in general with these guys. I think that is best case scenario. Worst case scenario, especially that of which I'm thinking is going to happen, is we're going to get Pereira and Jones. Great fight. Perfect for the White House. Completely understand. The fight itself is some sort of intriguing, even though Jones should be a fairly heavy favorite, just with the grappling background, the IQ in general. Jones beats Pereira, retires. Pereira potentially retires too. If not, he stays or goes back down to light heavyweight. And then just like that, you got Ciryl Gane and Waldo Cortez Acosta. I'm using the air quotes right now, running the heavyweight division. Because Tom goes to boxing, retires, whatever. So, well, he won't retire, but goes to boxing probably. That is what I fear is more likely to happen, to the latter in that. Let's hope I'm wrong, but, you know, I guess it'll all be worth it for a Jones-Pereira matchup at the White House, even though Jones is going to retire after he wins, so, I mean, it's whatever, but very tough for Tom Aspinall. Not a fan, but I have been some sort of sympathetic to him in this situation. Pretty sympathetic, actually, because he was the one that got eye poked. And yes, I do think he was on social media a lot, talking a lot. Just, you know, like, I get it. Like, I'm sympathetic towards you, but like, you doing all this social media stuff and really just trying to show proof, like, stop. Like, people were never going to believe you to begin with. Have you seen these Jones fanboys? Like, come on. So, Aspinall's, I wouldn't even say media tour, but a social media tour after an injury was kind of annoying. But he clearly got eye surgery, so clearly he got wrongfully done. Dana White talked a lot of stuff and then tried to backtrack and say all this. And now Eddie Hearn is Tom's manager. This is going to be an absolute nightmare, not for Tom, just for heavyweight, probably negotiation standoffs, less activity from these guys. Right about now, even though I don't think he deserves this matchup, I am cheering for Josh Hockett to beat Blades because we need something, and that is something. So, I mean, this is crazy. Crazy news. We got a big fight tomorrow too. Normally I do my fight predictions today, but this had to be broken down. Had to be. But other than that, YouTube, it's been real. We'll see what all transpires from this situation. I can't imagine it's going to be good, just with how hard-headed Dana White is. And then Eddie Hearn seems to kind of be the same way. It's just something about these promoters and all their money and all their egos. But we'll see. Hopefully I'm wrong, and hopefully they'll get something done where it will benefit all the fans. Well, the best case scenario is we get Jones and Pereira. Actually, but Jones is going to retire regardless, so we can't even do that. Yeah, no. Best case scenario is we do get Jones and Pereira. Aspinall gets the title shot no matter what after that, whether it's Pereira wins, Jones wins, whatever. But we're hoping Pereira KOs Jones at the White House card. First triple champ in history. Does it in insane way. We're talking he's already one of the biggest superstars in the sports history. We are talking he is right up there, right below like a McGregor. Maybe depending how he beats Jones, could he be above McGregor? I don't know. I don't know if he could be. But the biggest event in UFC history in terms of the atmosphere, I guess I don't even know. But like a lot of eyes will be on this. Probably most eyes will ever be on UFC during this card. If Pereira were to beat Jones and then fight Aspinall for the title in December, January of this year, whenever Aspinall's eye heals, box office, UFC is legit as they come after that. But I don't think we're getting that. So we'll see. Now it's actually been real, YouTube. I'm out.